beautiful people. Welcome to Gist with Girls in Science and Technology. Gist with Gist. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, Girls in Science and Technology Ghana, and let's learn from our amazing females in STEM. Share these videos with your parents, with aunties, with cousins, with friends, with all the amazing females out there who have to hear us. Thank you. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once again to Gist with Girls in Science and Technology, Gist with Gist. On today's show, I have an amazing medical doctor. Most of we, the young ones, we know her. She's a mentor to a lot of females out there. She's a definition of beauty with brains. She was inducted in 2015 as the youngest medical doctor in Ghana at the age of just 22. She won the most outstanding woman in health in the second edition of Ghana's Outstanding Women's Award in 2018-2019. She's a model. We have seen her model for brands like GTP. Help me welcome Dr. Mrs. Vanessa Mensah-Kabu. Vanessa, you're welcome to the show. You look amazing there.
Thank you so much.
So today, we want to know about your journey into becoming a medical doctor, your educational background, if you can brief us on that.
Well. Thanks again for having me on your platform. I must say it's very inspiring. I mean, we're trying to get a lot of the young girls into science and then technology. So it's a really great initiative, and thumbs up.
Thank you.
So my journey has been a little bit of a roller coaster, if I would put it that way. Medicine initially hadn't been my first goal. I wanted to really do more of like fashion and stuff like that. But my dad has been my main push into getting into the medical field.
Okay.
So he was the one that inspired me to get into the medical field. And getting into the medical field, I just thought to myself, I mean, you can still be a medical doctor and still be fashionable. You can definitely have it all if you want to. So I decided to blend the two and try as much as possible to put the two together and make the best out of whatever situation or wherever it is I found myself. I went to Christ the King School. That's where I did my junior high. And I went to Holy Child School, so I'm a proud Hopsan. And then I had my MBCHB in China, the People's Republic of China, Dalian Medical University to be precise. So I do speak Chinese. Also,
really?
Yeah.
Give me something small.
Okay, so 你们好吗？我叫是在乎 Vanessa Mensah-Kabu. That's basically me saying, how are you? And my name is Dr. Vanessa Mensah-Kabu.
Amazing.
So yes.
Amazing.
Thank you. And yeah, so after completing my MBCHB, I returned to Ghana where I wrote the Medical and Dental Council exam, which is mandatory for all foreign students who wish to practice in Ghana. Okay. I wrote that and then got inducted in 2015, after which I did my housemanship. It's a mandatory 2-year housemanship for each and every person that has completed medical school, whether you're a foreigner or you studied here in Ghana. I did my housemanship in Kolebu, where I did obstetrics and gynecology and internal medicine, and subsequently went to Legon Hospital, University of Ghana Hospital, where I did surgery and then pediatrics. I also did a bit of pediatrics at 37 Military Hospital. So basically, I've also worked at Lekma Hospital, where I did my internship. Yes, that was some time back in 2014. And for now, I'm into private practice and doing more of media with public health education. Yes, targeting women in health. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I would want to know, a lot of people would want to know too, comparing having your medical training or your medical schooling in Ghana and outside Ghana. What would you have to say about that, comparing both of it?
Well, I can basically only speak for being trained outside of the country because I haven't been trained here as a medical doctor. So I can't really say what goes on here. However, being trained abroad gives you a little bit of exposure. It exposes you to quite a number of things. And I know that with here, the challenge seems to be the sort of let me say equipment, if I should put it that way. Being trained outside, you are, depending on the country that you're trained in, you have the exposure of having been put into quite a number of the equipment. You have the high technologies and stuff like that. The con or the other side of the coin is that you don't have that hands-on interaction with the patients. That's the other side of the coin. So with me, what I did was our school allows us in our final year to return home or to decide in which country you would like to do your internship. Okay. Which is what I came back in 2014 to do at Lekma Hospital. So I had the practical aspect of the studies. I came home because my intention was to finally return home and then practice here in Ghana. So I needed to have that experience of being able to interact with the locals and also knowing how things are done here. Because even though medicine is universal, we all practice or we all have the same diagnosis and same management, there are certain protocols that may be tweaked a little bit depending on where you are at. So it was only ideal that I return home for that internship period and then also understand what was going on and how things are done in the country because of my long-term goal of practicing here in Ghana. The other advantage is the second language. I speak Mandarin, so I think basically it's just about the individual also and how much you implement or you put yourself into whatever it is that you wish to do.
Thank you. And you've experienced a lot of things, so I'm sure you've been faced with some challenges, right? So share with us some of the challenges that you've encountered and how you were able to overcome these challenges.
Well, most of the challenges, well, in retrospect, I would say they weren't really much of a challenge because, I mean, having been through that process, having grown out of it and having understood why certain things had to happen, you tend to realize that it's all a mindset, but majority of the time, the challenge may be peer pressure, the studies, because medicine is not easy. Medicine is not easy at all. So studying and the social life also, being in a foreign country, I'll speak for myself, basically being in a foreign country, that challenge at a very young age was a bit challenging, trying to understand what was going on, being there. And it's like everyone is just speaking a different language and you're just trying to find your footing. That was basically my biggest challenge, having being in a foreign country and trying to adjust to the culture, to the food, to the religion, basically everything around it. That was my biggest challenge, which after about a year, 2 or 3, everything seemed to have sorted because within that period, it's expected that I was able to blend in or able to understand, pick up a few things, study the language, know my way to and from. So it was a little bit okay. Overcoming it at the end of the day is just your state of mind and what your main goal or your focus is. That's just how I overcame all the challenges that I experienced back then. Yeah.
Thank you. You are a mother now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you're having to combine not just being a wife and a doctor and all the other things you do, modeling, everything that you do. So how are you combining this now? Being a wife, being a mother, working. I know there's a TV show coming up that you'll be hosting soon. How are you combining all this?
Well, it's not easy, I must say, but the support system is amazing. I owe it all to my support system, because I believe that if I don't have, or if I didn't have the support system like I have, that being my husband, my family, that's my mother, my dad, and my brothers, and my work, I don't think I'd be able to handle it all. The support system is completely amazing. They're able to support me when I need. My husband is very understanding. My parents are also very understanding. So there are some days, we chip in as and when to be able to understand, and then to be able to work things out, just so we can all get the best out of whatever it is that we want. Work has also been quite amazing, because I remember during my pregnancy, it wasn't really easy, but the support from work was quite tremendous. And I couldn't have been able to achieve or be where I am right now if it wasn't for this support system. Also, mental health is very important, your state of mind, which I would owe to support, and then also my belief in God. I think you have to have something that you believe in, something that pushes you, something that you look up to. And that to me has been my Christian faith, because there are certain days when I just want to break down, when I just want to give up, and then I just start counting my blessings and then see how far I have gotten to, and then I just tell myself, okay, are you sure you want to give up now? This is the picture that you have for your life. What have you achieved? You've been able to get this far, so why give up now? And that has been something that has pushed me. My faith in God has also pushed me very much, and it's just been, overall, it's been good. It's the challenges are there, but it's just how to overcome it. Mental health is something I'm very big on, because everything to me starts with a state of mind. If you keep telling yourself, I cannot do this, definitely you won't be able to do it. Because if your mind is not set to doing the particular thing, no matter what you do, your body would not follow. You need to be able to understand that what you tell yourself every single day, what you feed into your body, is what would be expressed on the outside. So if you keep telling yourself, I need to get this done, I need to be able to do this, find out the problems, and then you get the solutions. Is this achievable? Within what period? And also not being too hard on yourself. Yes, we've all set certain goals for ourselves, but we're not able to achieve it because of maybe certain external factors or even internal factors. But knowing how to overcome the fact that you haven't met or you haven't achieved a certain goal at a set time is also important, so that you do not get too hard on yourself and then break down within that period. And breaking down is very normal. You need to have a moment where you actually let loose. If you want to scream, scream, but just don't scream forever. If you want to, if you want to cry, cry, but just make sure that after you've wiped your tears, you're moving on. Just don't cry or be in that state of mood for a long time. It's just about how you bring yourself up. It's not easy, but it's a process. It's not something that you achieve within a day. It's something that you have to keep doing constantly, and appreciate the little things or the little milestones that you reach. So that's just how I get by. My support system, my husband, my family, work, I owe it all to them, and then I owe it most importantly to God, because I don't know how I would be where I'm at if it's not for all of these people surrounding me. Yeah.
You have this quote you normally say. What is it?
It only gets.
It only gets.
No, because yes, because it does. If it's, you have to prophesy good things into your life. That way, good things would always find its way towards you. You have to keep telling yourself that I am favored, I am blessed, I am grateful for each and everything that happens or comes my way. Even if it's a bad thing, be grateful for it, because in every single challenge that comes your way, there's a lesson to be learned from it. If it doesn't break you, will definitely teach you something. So yes, it does only get better, because indeed it does.
That's
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Vanessa. So, what should we expect from you? What is in the pipeline? What is coming?
Well, for now, like you mentioned, the TV show on health, basically, there's a whole lot. I mean, this is just the beginning of me. I'm still very young, and by His grace, by His grace, I have a long life ahead of me, and this is only the beginning of greater things to happen. I can't say what I would be doing in the next 5-10 years, but definitely things are set in place, and definitely is going to be much better than it is now. For now, I'm focusing on public health education, and then the show on TV3, God willing, that would be airing soon, which is all about public health education. Our health is very important to us. You have only one life to live, and you have to be healthy in order to live a good life. You can't be sick and then expect to live a great life. We need to take care of ourselves. Most of the diseases, most of the illnesses that we have or that we encounter, majority of the time, just a little bit of education, a little bit of awareness would help to reduce the impacts of it. So public health education is something that I'm very keen on. And also women and girl child empowerment is something I'm very keen on. We need to empower women to know that, okay, it's possible to do certain things, and it's also possible to have it all if you so desire. And that notwithstanding, you should be able to look at yourself and feel worthy or whatever it is that you intend to achieve. Most of our girl child, I wouldn't say they do not find themselves worthy, but they just need to be spoken to. They need to be heard, if I should put it that way. They need to be empowered to know that, okay, yes, you can go to school. Yes, you can do this. Yes, you can achieve this if you want to, so long as you set your mind to it and you have the right mindset to be able to achieve this at a set time, and not being too hard on yourself when this and that, or when you meet the challenges that life throws at you. So yeah, that's basically what's in the pipeline for me.
Public health, do you have any message, this COVID period, any advice you want to put out there for people?
Well, yes, coronavirus, yes, is with us. And I mean, there are so many protocols, there are so many precautions that have been set in place. The only thing we as individuals can do for ourselves in preventing the spread or the escalation of the disease is to adhere to these protocols. You have to just follow through and make sure that the information that you're getting is from the right source. There's so many things flying around from different sources that tend to feed into, I don't know how these negative things tend to have a lot of PR, so just make sure that whatever information you're getting is from the right source and the right one, and try as much as possible not to be the source of bad news, maybe of negative or untrue news. If you see something, verify before you go spreading it around. Just go by the protocols that are set in place. Watch the news, find out anything that has been updated. Because initially we were told that it was only those who were sick that needed to wear the face mask or the nose mask, those who were sick or those who were actually working in healthcare that needed to wear the nose or the face mask. But now each and every person is required to wear the nose or the face mask. So these are things that have been updated. So make sure that whatever information that you're getting is right, is truthful, and it is current. It's very important. And then you also have to follow through with the protocols that have been set in place. Adequate hand hygiene, washing your hands with soap under running water, using of alcohol hand-based hand sanitizer, wearing of your face or your nose mask, keeping a social distance with each and every person that you meet, and ensuring that you're not in a gathering of more than the specified number of people that are required to be there. And I believe that if we all diligently adhere to these protocols set in place, we should be able to fight this. This is an upper respiratory tract infection. And most of the time, it tends to lead to secondary infection. So just make sure that whatever you have been doing to boost your immune system, you just double it, or you make it a little bit more. Take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, and at the end of the day, we'd all be fine by His grace. Yeah.
What advice do you have for our lovely females out there, those looking to go into STEM careers? What advice do you have for them?
It's not easy, but it is definitely worth it. I would be lying to you if I tell you that it's all rosy, it's all, glamorous. It's actually not. But before you get to that glam, you need to be able to work for it. So the challenges would be there. Know how to face it. Don't break down with a challenge. Have a picture in your mind of where you want to be, say, in the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. And then make sure that you work towards that. Everything is definitely possible so long as you put your mind to it. Your God factor is also very important. Whatever it is that you believe in, have something that you believe in. If you're a Christian, make sure that your faith in God is very well implanted, and so that, because that would really help you in times of your struggles. Make sure you also have the right circle with you. Live today how you want to be seen in the next 5 years. You have, even though I would say that you should live your life, but just live a cautious life so that tomorrow someone will not come and say that, oh, this and this and this and this. Yes, a lot of things would happen now, but you just have to be cautious of how you live your life. It's not going to be easy, but you have to decide on what exactly it is that you want in the next 5 years, and then try as much as possible to put that into perspective. Have a good support system also, be it your family, your friends, your partner, whoever it is that you're with. Have a good support system and ensure that they are there with you each and every step of the way, because you need someone to cry on. Even though, yes, you have to be careful of who you spill your information to. So have a very good support system. It's very important just for your mental health also. And take care of your peace of mind and your mental health, because that is what would push you through most of the challenges in life. You have to have a strong mental health. Everything, like I always say, starts from the mind. Once your mind is strong, you're able to get through a lot of things. It builds you as an individual, basically. So my young girl, just take care of yourself. Me, I'm a young girl. Why am I saying my young girl? We have to take care of ourselves,
We have to take care of ourselves.
We have to take care of ourselves. We have to look out for each other. We have to be our sister's keeper. Hydrate. Eat well. Because I have to hydrate. Exercise if you can. Just do something to boost yourself. Just take care of you. That's all I have to say. It's very important. And try as much as possible not to follow trends. Don't fall under peer pressure, because as for the pressure, dear, there'll be so much coming.
So from you guys not helping too.
At all. At all. But just know that whatever people post on social media is just only a fraction of whatever it is that they are going through in their lives. Nobody would come on social media and then post their struggles and stuff like that. We all want to be celebrated, so we'll definitely post things that would make us be celebrated. So just know that, yes, there is time and season for each and every person. Maybe someone is experiencing this at this particular time and it's not going well for you. That doesn't mean that it would never get better for you. So just know that it does get better, because it really only does get better. So don't look at someone and then feel sorry for yourself and maybe just be sad about it, and don't fall under pressure, because a lot of the times all these things that you see on social media is not really what it is. So just try as much as possible. If you see someone buy new pairs of shoes, work hard and then get it. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get it that same day. That's the kind of pressure the negative pressure that we should try as much as possible not to fall under. See the positive sides of social media and then harness all of that and be able to do something and make it work for you. Just basically it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vanessa. This has been very educative. My take home is it only gets better, guys. It only gets better. Thank you so much. And we really see what you're doing. So just keep up the good work. You're doing amazing. Thank you, dear.
Thank you so much too. All right. Bye.
Lovely day. Bye.